In the news, President Bola Tinubu directs comprehensive review of governing boards of tertiary institutions. Kano governors ordered the arrest of the deposed Emir for violating the laws and its directives. Massive landslide in Papua New Guinea causes loss of life and property. And then sports. Eaglet qualified for semi-final in WAFU Beyond the 17 Championship, face Ivory Coast for AFCON tickets. And on entertainment, St. Kingston arrested in California after police raid singer's home. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Abiodun Sadiq. Thanks for joining us. President Bola Tinubu has mandated a comprehensive review of recently announced governing boards for Nigerian tertiary institutions. This directive precedes the planned inauguration and retreat for the nominees. The President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayero, announced in the State House in a statement titled President Tinubu Direct Comprehensive Review of Governing Boards of Tertiary Institutions. Onanugwa highlighted that the nominations failed to reflect the federal character of the country, with discrepancies such as states receiving only one nomination, while others had multiple appointees. Previously, Tinubu had sanctioned the appointment of 555 individuals to serve as pro-chancellors, chairmen, and members of the governing boards for 111 federal university, polytechnic, and colleges of education based on a list compiled by the Ministry of Education. The directive for a review followed significant public backlash, including protests from the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics. Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima has announced the President Bola Tinubu's administration has secured investment valued at over $20 billion for the country. Shettima highlighted this achievement during a speech at the 2024 Vanguard Economic Discourse held at the Civic Center in Victoria Island, Lagos on Thursday. This year's economic discourse provided a platform for public and private sector leaders to discuss and promote economic development across various sectors. Was themed reforms in the era of global economic uncertainties within Nigeria. Represented by his Special Advisor on Economic Affairs, Tope Faswa, Vice President Shettima detailed several key potential investments secured under President Tinubu's administration. This include $14 billion from India and $250 million from the Netherlands. Additionally, he mentioned a significant investment of $500 million for lithium development in Nasarawa State and another $500 million from Germany for renewable energy projects. The House of Representatives has resolved to meet with representatives of the Nigerian Labour Congress in a bid to avert the planned strike over minimum wage. The Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, who presided over plenary on Thursday, assured Nigerians that the meeting with labor unions would help resolve the controversy surrounding the agitations over a new minimum wage for Nigerian workers. The House resolution followed the adoption of a motion on a matter of personal explanation moved by the member representing Etech Omunma Federal Constituency of Rivers State, Kelechi Nwogu, during plenary. The lawmaker reminded his colleagues that the organized labor had announced it would embark on strike with effect from May 31st over a dispute with the federal government regarding the approval of a new minimum wage. He, however, noted that the committee set up to come up with a proposed living wage for Nigerian workers was yet to report back to the House, contrary to the provision of the House Standing Order, which mandated committees to complete their assignment within 30 days. In his contribution, the minority leader Kingsley Chinda urged the House to act swiftly to avert the planned strike. Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has provided consumable and non-consumable for the internally displaced person IDPs in Abejukolo in OMALA local government area of KOGI East of the state. The governor, who during his on-the-spot assessment of the level of destruction melted on the people during an attack, promised to meet up with the needs of those displaced immediately. Without a delay, he backed his words with actions by engaging the Ministry of Humanitarian and Poverty Alleviation with the Office of the Executive Secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency to ensure prompt delivery of needed support to the people. Our reporter tells us more.
To deliver on the promises, the Commissioner Rabiatu Okute, alongside the Executive Secretary Sema Mukhtar Atima, took relief materials with food items to the IDP camp in Abejukolo, according to Governor Ododo's mandate. The visit was also aimed at assessing the camp's conditions and addressing the concerns of the internally displaced persons in OMALA local government area of KOGI State. The team was welcomed with joy by the IDPs.
Todo governor Kipula Ibo Ojanende. Todo Akudi Enwachabe Agbiche. O Kide Enwache Chairman ya Ikwanere Imo Ikoma. Oleya Netirua.
The visiting team leaders offered words of encouragement and renewed hope message as they distributed food items and other relief items to the beneficiaries, among them the most vulnerable individuals who received priority attention. The team also inspected the camp's facilities, including the water, sanitation systems, and healthcare services. They engaged with the camp management and stakeholders to discuss ways to enhance the overall living conditions and well-being of the IDPs. The commissioner reiterated the governor's commitment not to disappoint them and promised a continued intervention at all times, aside from assurance of their safe return to their communities in no distance time.
His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, Iwa Yemen. O pami ai babo mi ka umegwa me olobata aludu ko na chebuda nwaje ine kedu ake ape bi eyo no be ti e bi e pa si pe ya ni ma de ke wa me anya da ti me ti o.
The Executive Secretary of SEMA, Atima, said the importance of collaboration between government agencies, NGOs, and local authorities to address the humanitarian needs of the displaced persons cannot be overemphasized, urged them to support the government to deliver better. After a thorough observation of what the people go through, the Commissioner of Humanitarian and Poverty Alleviation, Rabiat Okute, and the SEMA boss assured the people of the government's continued support to provide for the IDPs' needs.
Ama adekeche muguduemi aluki guduemi ojo je ki poteme shaka o me alumede won lafia mego onale ohun enu kurula lo ko ise nu paluta na emi aludu kelede enwe lola ya nyaru penu takidede dagba iso osibu madu da nyuwe ewede memedo duane kuma enwu ise kiwenu ija Eka kwai ina nani ashe nana.
Mommy has already spoken.
You are for Lakame.
And what she has said is what is said now is from the government of KOGI State under the able leadership of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo.
Governor KOGI State there.
It's very, very pathetic the crisis going on in OMALA for now. But we want to assure you that the government of the day is going to put all machineries in place to see that that it cautions the hardship you people are facing.
Government amakakini manyache toduki ekpolai kinal kate mepe takmeda bitunyime.
By the grace of God, in a very short while, government will start rehabilitating you people back to your former homes.
The caretaker chairman of OMALA local government, Edibo Amemak, extended his appreciation to the governor's delegates. He said there was a time they had a governor who did not respond to their aids, but now they have a governor from another tribe who cares and attends to their challenges promptly. Edibo promised to work with his people to deliver the needed support to Governor Ododo. This tenure, which he described, is already sealed to succeed by God, and we go all out to ensure his re-election mandates are fulfilled. According to the media team, the visit was described by the beneficiaries as indeed a touch of renewed hope and better days ahead. Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.
The people of KOGI State have been enjoined to key into the health insurance scheme of government for affordable health care services. Chief Medical Director of the Reference Hospital, Kano, Professor Solomon Avidime, gave the advice while speaking to newsmen in Okene. Professor Avidime said the health insurance scheme initiated by the KOGI state government was aimed at creating an opportunity for the people to enjoy qualitative healthcare services at affordable rates. He noted that the scheme was designed in such a way that those in the formal and non-formal sector can benefit from the program and not to be limited by lack of funds for medical care. According to him, the health insurance scheme has packages for artisan business owners and families and urged those in the non-formal sector to enroll with the agency to enable them enjoy its services. The CMD, who maintained that the reference hospital is accredited to provide health care for enrollees of the scheme, pointed out that the medical facility serves both outpatients and those on referrals. He stated that the hospital was doing its best with the available manpower across various departments, assuring that it would continue to improve on its services to reduce medical tourism in Nigeria. The special advisor to KOGI State Governor, Ajaka, has paid a courtesy visit to members of the State Nigerian Labour Congress in their secretariat, Comrade Ajaka's house, to commend them for the roles they continually play to ensure state workers enjoy every benefit expected from the government. Onos said his appointment is to strengthen the relationship between the government and the labor union to market the state to an enviable height. The union executive commended the appointment of their own to manage the affairs of the state. Our reporter tells us more.
Members of the KOGI State Union in their 20s converged on the conference hall of the Secretariat to welcome one of their own, Ono Ajaka, who was recently appointed the Special Advisor on Labor Matters. They sing in one voice to demonstrate their love and support. The KOGI State Chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Gabriel Amari, commended Governor Ododo for the appointment of seasoned labour leaders in his cabinet. Amari said their presence at the helm of affairs will only build a better synergy between the government and the labour. He said the administration of Ododo has done well. Rated 100 days of office, has performed overwhelmingly.
Appreciate the labour leaders, and they have come equally to seek for our support for more synergy with them so that together we can achieve. In the same way, I want to appreciate the government by appointing one of a seasoned labor leader as SA on labor matter to the government. It has never happened in this state. This is the first time it happened. This is the first time they are putting the right peg in the right hole. And again, by appointing another seasoned labor leader as permanent secretary, it's a clear demonstration that there is hope for workers of KOGI State. So we cannot have them in government and the worker will suffer. So the expectation from them is on a high one, and that's why we need to build synergy. Then I think we shall get the best for the workers. Just like we said in the very day we took out of office, that we shall not be confrontational. We believe in dialogue, we believe in persuasion, and I believe we will get the best from this government. Because looking at his achievement under 3 months, he has done well. He has changed the narrative of what used to be, most especially at the local government level, where he has put the salary to 85% and the pensioner on 100% already. So within under 3 months, that is to show that in the next few months, the story will totally change one by taking the local government workers to the promised land.
KOGI State Chairman Trade Union Congress, Sule Ahmed, said the recognition of appointed union leaders as aides is a clear demonstration of mutual understanding that will give back to the union the desired needed welfare for the state workers. Promised to support the government while the newly appointed permanent secretary, Ojerante, promised to deliver within the ambit of the civil service rules at any ministry he will eventually be posted to. He said Labour and government are partners in progress to make workers happy.
That our own comrade Ododo and comrade Uzodinma are appointed to a great exalted position to synergize the position of Labour and government relationship. We're indeed grateful, and our expectation is the welfare of workers of the state will be harnessed through dialogue and amicable approach that will bring the good things that the workers of KOGI State have long expected.
And now I've been given an appointment as permanent secretary. I have not been posted to any ministry. But I know too well that wherever I find myself in any of the ministry, first and foremost, I will have to operate within the premise of the civil service rule, which I know very well that it is pro-workers. So I will always continue to do the job dutifully to the benefits of workers and humanity, and also not to disappoint the man that has put me in that place. Let me correct this impression. Government and Labour are partners in governance. Labour is not an anti-government, and both Labour and government has common aim. And what is the aim? Is the welfare of the people. So it is only that Labour fight more for workers, while government also do things in favor of not just workers but the entire citizens of the state. So there's no crisis there. So it will always be to promote the welfare of the people.
The elated special advisor Onu Edoka said his appointment was not to sabotage the progress of the union, but to collaborate with the government to make life better for the state workers.
It's discussion on how to build on the welfare of workers generally. We have had a robust discussion, spoken to ourselves to see how we can work in synergy together and to grow
through the administration of His Excellency Ahmed Usman Ododo to achieve more for workers of Kogi State. How to now market Kogi State, which all of us demarketed last time. How to make Kogi State better for all of us. So these are a lot of the things we begin to do before the expectation of what will happen in the life of workers will commence. We must first of all begin to see ourselves in the light of oneness, in the light of genuine understanding, in the light of saying what we are doing is all in the betterment of Kogi State. Then those things that are worth giving to the workers of Kogi State will begin to flow from the kindness of His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman to workers of Kogi State. Until my appointment, I am aware that Labour has submitted a memo through Office of the Head of Service to His Excellency, demanding the implementation of wage award. And I want to believe that even if you listen to the speech of the NLC chairman on the May Day, yes, it was part of his speech. I think from the best angle we are working from behind, as special advisor, is to articulate his speech together and make appropriate recommendation and advice to His Excellency and see what they can do. It is already a discussion ongoing before my appointment, and I will leverage on the opportunity of the ongoing discussion between government and Labour to offer an advice that government will look into.
The appointment and elevation of Ranti Ojo was described as a rare one, and the union will support them to represent the purpose to which they are engaged without disunity. Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.
We go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
It's new, fresh and hygienic. It's Umzi Soya Vegetable Oil. Umzi Soya Vegetable Oil is hygienically processed to nourish our bodies. Contains the most needed nutrients for healthy living. Umzi Soya Oil has omega-6, iron, zinc, and vitamins E and K, among others, that help to maintain cholesterol levels, strengthen the immune system, healthy bones, improve skin health, and many more. It does not foam, fume, or congeal. It is a refined cooking oil for consumers, retailers, and wholesalers. To buy Umzi Soya Oil, quickly go to Umzi Soya Vegetable Oil Station along Shettima Barracks Road beside Otokiti Estate Gate. With Umzi Soya Vegetable Oil, you and your family are more healthy and stronger. For more information, please call 0706 7213 4171 or 0806 058 0048. Umzi Soya Vegetable Oil, satisfying customers at a reduced cost. Buy Umzi Soya Vegetable Oil today and thank me later. Umzi Soya Oil, option for high heat cooking with health benefits.
Welcome back. Governor Muhammadu Unuwa Yahya of Gombe State has sworn in a new commissioner and 22 special advisors. The ceremony took place at the banquet hall in Gombe, where Governor Yahya emphasized that the appointments were a call to service, not an invitation to political luxury and profligacy. He urged the new appointees to navigate the state's challenges with dedication and integrity. Stated that the individuals taking the oath of office have been carefully selected for the unwavering loyalty, proven commitment, and relentless hard work. Reflecting on his administration achievements since 2019, Governor Yahya highlighted the strong foundation of hard work, resilience, and commitment to the people's well-being. He encouraged the newly appointed officials to embrace the administration's reforms and policies wholeheartedly to ensure their successful implementation. The Economic Community of West African State Parliament has elected Maimunantwa Ibrahima as the first female speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament. Ibrahima was elected on Thursday at the 2024 Second Extraordinary Session of the 6th Legislature of ECOWAS Parliament in Kano. Speaker, who was unanimously elected by the over 112-member Parliament during plenary, will be piloting the affairs of the Parliament for the next 4 years until 2028. Plenary presided over by the first Deputy Speaker of the Legislature and Nigerian Deputy Senate President, Barau Jubre, witnessed celebrations by fellow female parliamentarians who broke into solidarity songs after the emergence of the Speaker. In their acceptance speech, the new Speaker, who is from Togo, promised to initiate far-reaching reforms that would enhance the work of the ECOWAS Parliament in order to achieve its mandate. The Togolese speaker observed that the ECOWAS sub-region had been tormented by numerous political and security challenges, as well as high unemployment, climate change, and the resurgence of terrorism in Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. She, however, confirmed the Parliament's resolve to raise a mediation committee to interface with the aggrieved nations of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. According to her, the Parliament would initiate other reforms, including developing the skills of women and youth as a step to tackle radicalization. There is palpable tension in Kano on Saturday morning following the order of Governor Abba Yusuf to arrest the dethroned Emir Aminu Ado Bayero. Emir Bayero had arrived Kano early Saturday morning and proceeded to the Emir's palace despite the fact that he has been dethroned. Meanwhile, the governor, his deputy comrade Aminu Abdusalam, and other top government functionaries have taken over the Emir's palace in an effort to prevent the deposed Emir's forceful return. A statement by his spokesperson, Sanusi Bature, said that in the governor's position as the state chief security officer, he has ordered the arrest of the deposed Emir for violating the laws and his directives. It was learned that the deposed Emir Aminu Ado Bayero was said to have been brought back to Kano and was at the Nasarawa Emir Rest House adjacent to the Ministry of Works, while Governor Abba and his deputies stayed put at the Emir's palace after taking the reappointed Emir Muhammadu Sanusi II back to the palace. And on politics, the KOGI governorship election petition tribunal sitting in Abuja has scheduled judgment for Monday in the petition by Social Democratic Party and its candidate Muritala Ajaka in the last governorship election in KOGI. Ajaka and his party are challenging the declaration of Usman Ododo of the All Progressive Congress (APC) as the winner of the election held on November 11, 2023. The three major tribunal headed by Justice Ado Birini announced the date in a message communicated to counsel to the parties through its secretary, David Mark. Hearing in the case, which commenced in December last year, ended on May 13 when the SDP Ajaka and APC Ododo and Independent National Electoral Commission INEC adopted their final written addresses, after which the tribunal reserved judgment. The Imo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal on Friday, May 24, affirmed the election of Hope Uzodinma of the All Progressive Congress (APC) as Imo Governor. The tribunal, which gave its ruling in Abuja, also dismissed the petition of the Labour Party (LP) and its governorship candidate, Athan Achonu. In a unanimous judgment delivered by Justice Oluyemi Akitan Osadebe, the three-man panel of the tribunal held that Uzodinma's election as Imo State Governor complied substantially with the provisions of the Electoral Act. The tribunal further held that the Labour Party in its petition failed to prove the allegation of overvoting and non-compliance to the Electoral Act. And on the foreign scene, Ohio's governor is pushing state lawmakers to avoid a partisan clash threatening to bar U.S. President Joe Biden from the key swing state's presidential ballot in November. The state's top election official said earlier this week that Democrats are nominating their candidate too late to comply with Ohio's ballot access laws. On Thursday, the governor said he was calling the legislature to convene for a rare special session to pass a law allowing Biden to appear on the ballot. Ohio requires political parties to officially confirm presidential and vice presidential nominees to the election chief 90 or more days before the general election. A massive landslide is feared to have killed many after it struck 6 remote villages in Papua New Guinea, local officials and aid agencies said. The landslide buried more than 100 homes after it struck at around 3 o'clock local time on Friday in the island of Ajaka, north of the island nation in southwest Pacific. Enga Province Governor Peter Ipatas told AFP news agency it was an unprecedented natural disaster. The massive landslide had caused loss of life and property. Papua New Guinea's Prime Minister James Marape said his government has sent disaster officials to the landslide site to start relief work, recovery of bodies, and reconstruction of infrastructure. Rescuers are having a hard time shifting through the debris. There are reports of death and multiple casualties, but the exact numbers haven't been confirmed yet, said a spokesman from Papua New Guinea's Red Cross Society. And on sports, Nigeria will face Ivory Coast in the semi-final of the ongoing Wafubi Under-17 Championship in Ghana on Saturday after sailing out of the group stage on top of the table with a 3-0 win over Togo in their last group game on Thursday. In the rescheduled last Group B game, which was played at the rugby pitch of the University of Ghana, striker Abdulmuiz Adeleke bagged a brace plus another goal from Rafa Adams, ensured the Golden Eaglets' second win, which earned them 7 points and a superior goal difference ahead of Burkina Faso. Nigeria's Edward Ochigbo was selected as player of the match. However, Nigeria will now clash with Ivory Coast in the second semi-finals on Saturday evening, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, after the first semi-final between Ghana and Burkina Faso. The two finalists will pick the tickets to next year's Under-17 AFCON, which serves as qualifiers for the expanded 2025 FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Qatar. West Ham have appointed Julian Lopetegui as their new head coach. The 57-year-old Spaniard, who agreed a deal with the Hammers earlier this month, succeeded David Moyes and joined on a 2-year deal with the option for a third. Lopetegui has been out of a managerial role since he left Wolves in August last year. Earlier this month, West Ham confirmed Moyes, who took over for a second spell at the club in December 2019 and won the European Conference League in 2023, would leave at the end of the season. Lopetegui will officially begin his role on 1st of July for the start of pre-season, which includes a 2-week trip to the United States for matches against Crystal Palace and Wolves. And on entertainment, singer Sean Kingston has been arrested in California hours after a police raid of his Florida mansion, during which his mother was also arrested. Kingston was accused in February by complaining of not fully paying for a huge TV and sound system. U.S. media reports that he was taken into custody in Fort Irwin, Southern California, on fraud and theft charges on a Florida warrant, according to police in the latter state. In an earlier social media post, Kingston said his lawyers were handling everything. The earlier Florida police raid targeted a residence near Fort Lauderdale, at which the singer, whose legal name is Keisha Anderson, was named as living in court document from February. Confirming the raid to the BBC, the Bowen County Sheriff's Office said it served arrest and search warrant at the property. On a sad note, A former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ibadan, Professor Banjo, died in the earlier hours of Friday at the age of 90 years. Banjo died in Ibadan exactly 22 days after celebrating his 90th birthday. He was Vice-Chancellor of UI between 1984 and 1991 and was until death the Pro-Chancellor of Ajayi Crowther University of Oyo State. And that is the size of our news package. Do support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, MLC TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages, MLC TV, MLC TV2, MLC TV Yoruba, and Ibira Vabe MLC TV. Instagram, MLC TV 2021, X handle Malachite TV, and TikTok, Malachite_TV. For your event coverage, appearance on any of our programs, contributions, comments, advert placement, or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join Malachite TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Saturdays, 7 p.m., Political Arena. Sunday, 6 p.m., Women's Ward. Sunday, 7 p.m., Kakache Igbera. Monday, 9 a.m., The Opinion. And Monday, 9 p.m., Senior Citizen Alcove with Avoy. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brother's keepers to build a happier and better society together. I am Abiodun Sadiq. Thanks for watching.